Welcome back, everyone, to another episode in our commentary series, looking at the writings of author Ajmal on his website, theborderwolfofmind.com. And today's piece that we're going to be looking at is a blog post called Attention Abundance that he published in January of this year, 2023. And it really struck a chord with me because I feel like it's so relevant to something that all of us are grappling with right now, which is this idea of, how do we give focused attention in a world that is so full of distractions?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And he really kind of reframes the problems, I think, in a very compelling way.
Yeah. And what's so interesting about his take is that he doesn't just lament about the problem, right? He actually reframes it and argues that attention is a form of generosity, a way of gifting someone our most precious and finite resource, time.
That's a really powerful way to look at it. It's not just about, tuning out the distractions, but it's about actively choosing to be present with another person.
Absolutely.
And like you said, in a world where everything is vying for our attention.
Yeah.
That choice almost feels radical.
Radical indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what happens to our relationships, our understanding of the world, even our own sense of self. When we treat attention as something scarce, something to be hoarded or traded.
Yeah.
He seems to be suggesting that embracing attention abundance, this idea of giving freely might be the antidote to the fragmentation and isolation we experience in the digital age.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is he brings in this very personal element to it too, where he talks about his own experience as a writer.
Right.
And how deeply he values the attention that his readers give to his work. And how, those connections that he's formed have really enriched his life.
That's right.
And it speaks to that kind of reciprocal nature of attention, right?
Absolutely.
It's a gift we give, but it's also a gift we receive.
Right. Think about a time when someone truly listened to you without judgment or distraction. Didn't you feel seen, heard, valued?
Yeah.
And on the flip side, haven't you experienced that sense of fulfillment that comes from truly focusing on someone else? Putting aside your own thoughts and worries to be fully present with them?
Yeah.
That's the power of attention he's tapping into.
And what I think is also so interesting is it's not just theoretical for him.
Right.
He doesn't just write about this. This concept of attention abundance isn't just the title of his blog post. It's also the name of a piece of art he created.
Okay.
So he's really exploring this on multiple levels.
Yeah, I think that's what's so intriguing about his work.
Yeah.
He's constantly weaving together different forms of expression, writing art philosophy, to really delve into these fundamental questions about how we live and connect with the world.
Yeah.
I highly recommend visiting theborderwolfofmind.com, not just to read this specific post, but to really see the visual side of his work and, explore the connections he makes between these different modes of thought.
Yeah, it's been really fascinating unpacking this with you. He definitely gives us a lot to ponder.
I'm curious, what resonates most with you about this idea of attention as a form of generosity in a world that's constantly vying for our attention? What would it look like to cultivate this attention abundance in our own lives and relationships?
It's a great question. And, if you are intrigued, I encourage you to visit his website, theborderwolfofmind.com. To delve deeper into his writings, and of course, stay tuned for future episodes in this commentary series as we continue to explore his work.